not be as sharp as you'd like to be, and still win the game. We're proud of that. I thought our defense was good. Got a big boost here from Rock, and so we're glad to win the game. We're 2-0, and we're in the midst of a tough stretch. We just talked about that with the team. 4 out of 5 conference games on the road to start. So we're 40% of the way through this, and getting ready for the next one.
Rock, first career double-double. How does it feel?
Feels good. We won the game, so that's the most important thing.
20 minutes. You want me to tell you that? It was only 20 minutes.
So I keep it fresh.
Mean and Brian, you guys go 5 for 23 from 3. Does that kind of feel like it's pressure on you guys as the team's top 2 3-point options?
Not really. It's just teams starting to catch on and closing out on us faster. It's just like we taking tougher shots now than before. They're not giving us that much space and room. So once we find a good shot, it ain't how good it was before. We were pretty tough shooting.
I mean, you've always had a quiet confidence going back to when you were at Niagara. Now with the year off and the way you've started out this season, have you noticed a change?
Can you repeat that?
Have you noticed a change or an improvement in your shooting even after coming out of Niagara?
Yeah, my confidence. I think my confidence offensively is much higher. So that helps a lot with my shooting.
I mean, it seemed like once you miss those first 2 threes, you got it in your head to go to the basket a little bit and to get yourself going.
Yeah, my coach Mahali told me you can shoot good, just be aggressive and go to the hole. Because even if I drive, I still get good shots. So.
Coach, Wanye has the first game ever where he has more turnovers than assists.
Well, always could have had a few more assists. Should have had fewer turnovers, but catch them all. Yeah. So.
Right. Did you feel like you sense that everybody's kind of missing all around you, and you kind of held them in there in the first half? What were you looking for right there? Did you just were you hoping that they just get you the ball and shoot?
I always try to get myself open and I try to take good shots with my team. I don't try to force anything. I always try to find a good shot. I'd never try to shoot like bad shots.
Coach, what does it say about your front court depth that you could lose Musa so early and then Rokas puts up the game that he did today?
We November and December, the thing we're most proud of was that we won as many games as we won, and we did it without either one of those guys. And even when Rock played, he just wasn't himself. He probably, I'm not even sure if he was 50%. We finally just shut him down. So the 6 games he played, he wasn't 100%. So, it's like you reinvent the team a little bit. But now we got Musa back, and he's getting his game speed back there, and Rock back. So, I don't know how many rebounds Moose had. He had 3, so that's 19 points and 19 rebounds from that spot, that position those two split up. So that's pretty good production right there.
Rokas, you hear Coach talk about you not being 100%, but after a double-double, do you feel like you're finally in the swing of things?
Yeah, I think I'm getting better every day, every practice, and it's my 2nd game, so I'm trying to improve every time. My offense doesn't go well, but put the most effort on defense. So.
Coach, for Musa to be able to get his first victory against Delaware in his career and to win 11 games for the first time in his career, what do you think that does for him to now finally get this going?
Well, I mean, you know how I feel about him. He's just a fabulous person. He's somebody you root for. I mean, it's just you just want the best for him, and there's nothing more I'd love to see than him have the best year of his life. So I'm happy that he's done it, and it's only January 5th. So hopefully we get a couple more in that left-hand column.
Joe, 2-0
at Oak Hill you were a 60% shooter. Is it a little more difficult around the basket now at this level of competition, or do you feel that that's just rust, that you miss so many at the rim?
I would say it's a rust. Like, it's hard for me to come from injury, have the feeling of the basket. That's how we say it was 60%, so I'm trying to get back to it.
It wasn't just they didn't play the games. We shut it down. So he missed the reps in practice too, like the rhythm of catching that ball and game speed and making those layups. I mean, there's a lot of things I'm going to be not sleeping about tonight. But one of them isn't going to be him making layups because we know he can do that. So. But it's a good question.
Joe, 2-0 through the CAA first 2 games, had to earn it against Wilmington, fighting back, and then play more of your style so far this year against Delaware. Play 2 different styles early on and win 2 games. How much confidence does that give you going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, we just had a long talk in the locker room here. I think just in general, the point was that we're finding ways to win, and we can be better. And so you make a good point. We did it the other day with some great defense in the second half. We gave up 20 points to a team who, by the way, that team beat Northeastern tonight at Northeastern. So that just shows what a good win that was down there. So, we did that, and today I really didn't feel like we played well. We still win the game. So, my job is to tell it like it is with these guys, which we just did, and challenge them to be better than they're being. So, like I said to them, the really good teams are never pleased about how they played even after a win. They want to get better, and we can be better.
To follow up on Amin, have you noticed a change in his confidence from sitting the year out and having him the 2 years before in Niagara?
Well, yeah, I have. He was always a confident guy. A lot of it speaks to how hard he worked last year and his year off. I mean, he and Brian and Wanye, they just, you couldn't get them out of the gym. I mean, they treated every day like their game day, and they worked hard on certain things, and they got better. They got better. The average guy would have just said, you know what, I'm not playing any games this year. I'm going to work a little bit, but I'm not going to work that hard. These guys were the opposite. They worked their tails off.
Do you think Wanye was trying to force the issue a little bit? He had a couple sloppy turnovers, some weak passes.
I thought he had a couple. I would agree with the second part of that. He did have a couple of. He'd tell you that he had a couple of careless, kind of lackadaisical, nonchalant turnovers. He was pretty sick tonight, and as I said to him though, you can't make excuses for that. So you got to fight through that. I will say this: I think he's an elite passer, and I think there was 4 more assists on the board for people just catching the ball and making layups. 4, maybe 5. And I got to tell our guys in the huddle: if Wanye Green has the ball, be ready. He might be coming to you. You might think he doesn't see it, but it might be coming to you. I mean, honestly, I think he's an elite passer, and I remember 4 off the top of my head, 4 where it was a missed layup, 2 missed passes, and then another one. So, but you're right about the second part. Again, I think he'd tell you that too. He got a little nonchalant, little sloppy.
Rokas, did you feel like you made a difference inside on defense in terms of intimidation? You had 5 blocks and you changed a lot of shots. It seemed like you kept them out of the paint pretty well.
I mean, that's my strongest side probably, so I try to do what I can do best. So 5 blocks is pretty good, probably the best I ever had. So.
Brian and Mina, what does it do for you guys to have this guy in the middle here and opening up things for you guys on the perimeter?
He a big body, he take up a lot of space, and if he a great passer if you catch it in the post, so when he catch it, you can cut it. He'll find you just like Wayne can find you, so it's a real good pass.
I mean, defensively and rebounding is the 2 biggest things I've seen so far. He helps out tremendously on those 2 things. And I think this offense will come. He's a little rusty, but I think he'll be all right.
Coach, it was 8 in a row that Delaware beat Hofstra. Is that something you're conscious of, even though you've only been here for the year?
Well, I think what I learned right away is that it's a great rivalry in college basketball. So, I bet you if you looked in the record books, there might have been a stretch. I don't know if there was. There might have been a stretch when Hofstra won 8 in a row. I don't know. But the point is, it's a great rivalry. It's a great, goes back to when Speedy Claxton was playing. It's a great rivalry. So that's one of the things you pick up right away. It's one of those games you want to win. It's a great, as I said, college basketball rivalry.
Coach, a big 3-game road swing coming up. You just talk about the challenges of going on the road, trying to get some wins.
Yeah, it's great. Well, it's what they, I mean, you get 2 when you look at the schedule, you see 4 out of 5 on the road to start. You can do 1 or 2 things. You can feel sorry for yourself. You can take like the challenge. We were just talking about that too. We like it. That's great. That's fine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.